Hello! Okay, relax, the Switch is not dead yet. Wherever I look online I only see Switch 2 this and Switch 2 that. But the fact is we know relatively little about Nintendo's next console. There isn't even a release date yet, so while the information war continues about Switch 2, let's check out 10 interesting titles launching this October, and it seems to be a really good month. We see both Mario and Sonic again, also some interesting RPGs are released, so let's take a look at what's to come, and let's put the next generation Switch aside for a moment. On the 4th of October, Bandai Namco will release Sword Art Online. This is an upcoming online action role-playing game set in the Sword Art Online universe. This game offers a multiplayer mode where up to 20 players can battle against powerful enemies. Players take on enemies like the Skull Reaper and Sword Golem and can choose from 21 characters from the series. For example, you can choose classes such as fighters, tanks, rogues and mages. So there are many choices in this game. It seems that the focus revolves around the multiplayer function, so it will be interesting to see if it will work well on the Switch. But basically I think it sounds very exciting. Playing up to 20 players at the same time can be really entertaining. Skautfold Into the Fray is released on the same day, a game that seems to be experienced entirely from a top-down perspective. And it seems to be a game aimed at an older audience. It is recommended from 16 years, so I'm guessing there's a lot of blood, weapons and such. Anyway, this game is set in the late 1800s and promises fast-paced battles, where we also seem to be able to destroy most things in sight, such as oil barrels and the like. Seems pretty interesting in my opinion, but I wonder how the control works. It looks as if you aim with the left stick and shoot with the right stick. I don't know, but I'm getting some Binding of Isaac vibes. But this is obviously a completely different type of game, so we will see what this is about and if it's worth playing. As I said, it will be released on the 4th of October. Then we have Sky Ocean's Wings for Hire. At first, at a quick glance, I thought this was a shoot 'em up, but it's actually a turn-based RPG with a sky theme. Well, it seems to have a relatively different combat design as you fight planes and other creatures high up in the air, and as I said, it's turn-based. I can't recall seeing anything like this before, so it will be interesting to see how this plays out. At the same time, it looks like you can run around in an open world, so obviously you're doing more than just being in the air. Sky Oceans is released on the 9th of October. And then we have a game that I absolutely did not expect. Transformers Galactic Trials. I could be wrong, but is this possibly the first Transformers game on the Switch? I'm not sure about that. Maybe there are some other ones as well. I think it's rare to hear anything about Transformers games for the Switch. Anyway, it's apparently a racing game combined with fighting. And you can play Autobots and Decepticons. Of course, there is Optimus Prime, Megatron and Bumblebee. It was quite expected actually. Apparently, you can also level up your characters and you can fight against your friends in a versus mode. So we will see if this game measures up. Transformers is released on October 11th. On the 11th of October, RPG Maker With will also be released. In this game it should be possible to create the perfect RPG, and you don't need to have any knowledge about programming. Intuitive control and easy to use tools are also promised. It also seems that there are a variety of versions of the game. You can buy the whole package if you want, but other editions offer separate features. They are called Monster Starter Edition, Character Starter Edition and Extra Effects Starter Edition. So if you're a fan of creating your own games, then maybe RPG Maker With could be an interesting option. At the end of the month, Wise 10 Nordics is launched, and maybe it's one of the absolute biggest and most anticipated titles this month. In this game you head out to sea and take part in an action-packed adventure that will include lots of exploration. Apparently a brand new fighting system is being introduced, and this time you can only use 2 different characters, but of course it goes a little deeper than that, and from what I understand, it contains a lot of other systems that contribute to broadening the experience significantly. So overall it looks like we are getting a very comprehensive adventure. Wise 10 Nordics will be released on October 25th and it will also be available in physical format. In the middle of the month, Tintin will be released for Nintendo Switch. When I was a child, Tintin was a popular series, but from what I understand, it is now in recent years that the whole world has opened its eyes to the red-haired journalist. Maybe it's because of Peter Jackson's film adaptation, I don't know, but now Tintin is also coming to the Switch. Apparently the game is supposed to be relatively faithful to the comic book, so if you have read Pharaoh's Cigars, then you will probably recognize the events in the game as well. Apparently this is an action-packed game that is also said to feature many different ways to play, so maybe this could be worth a purchase if you're a fan of Tintin and now want to experience this franchise in a different way. Tintin will be released on October 17th. This month, Mario also appears on the Switch. On the 10th, Super Mario Party Jamboree is released. This is a game that includes new maps and more than 100 minigames. You can also play online, but then a membership is required. Overall, the game features 7 new game boards, 5 of which are brand new. Each board is of course completely unique and may require you to find your own strategy to emerge victorious. Over the years, Mario Party has become hugely popular, and perhaps it is not surprising that new games in this series are occasionally released. So start a new game board, roll the dice and challenge your friends. The game will be released on the 17th of October. I just wanted to let you know that Fantasy Life: The Girl Who Steals Time was supposed to be released this month, but apparently it's been postponed. There doesn't seem to be a new date yet. Otherwise, I think this game seems to be quite exciting, as it should be possible to build your own city. It should also be possible to run around on surrounding islands, so there is also an exploratory aspect. But like I said, this game was scheduled to be released this October, but unfortunately we have to wait a while longer. On October 25, Sonic X Shadow Generations will be released, and I have to say, this game looks absolutely gorgeous, to the point where I wonder if the Switch can handle such a demanding game. It would be great if we got a really good version of the game for the Switch that doesn't have any performance issues. We will simply have to wait and see, but basically I think this game looks very well done and definitely has that classic touch to it. You can obviously take Sonic through 2-dimensional stages, but also play in a 3-dimensional perspective, and if I'm being chased by a giant truck with saw blades, then I know this is going to be entertaining. Fast-paced, visually appealing and lots of action. I pray that this will be a good one. Sonic X Shadow Generations is coming at the end of the month. Another big game releasing in October is Romancing Saga 2: Revenge of the Seven. I thought this would be a $60 game, but the starting price is set at $50. Square Enix seems to have put a lot of energy into creating an adventure of epic proportions. Yeah, this game looks nothing short of impressive in my opinion, and Square Enix usually maintains a high standard, so in advance it seems that this could be a memorable experience in a positive way. This game is a remake and was first released for the Super Famicom in 1993, but the question is whether fans of the game will recognize themselves, as this new version is something completely different. Gone is the top-down perspective, and instead we get a 3-dimensional adventure. In true RPG spirit, the battles are turn-based and you can also choose between 3 levels of difficulty. Personally, this is a game I will be getting. It seems like a really good RPG, but we have to wait a while because the game is released at the end of the month, on October 24th. So there we had 10 games coming soon to Nintendo Switch. If I'm being honest, this feels like a really good month. Many big titles are launching now. What do you think? Are there any of the games that seem interesting and should be purchased? With that said, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I make Switch related videos every week. Have a great day. See ya!